Students, let's begin today with dividing fractions. We reviewed multiplying fractions yesterday and we're continuing with dividing today. Let's first fill out some notes and then use some examples. So, dividing a fraction by a fraction. First, you're going to keep the first fraction. The second fraction you're going to actually flip. And between those, instead of a division symbol, we're going to change to multiply. Okay, after we multiply the fractions together, we'll simplify and or convert into a mixed number. Okay, on this one, let's look at our first sample. But before I do that, a lot of people have learned, instead of the KFC, which looks like Kentucky Fried Chicken, doesn't it? A lot of you've learned it saying keep, change, flip instead. Keep, change, flip. Either way, whatever benefits you the most, whether you're writing it this way, write the two fractions out and then flip, flip there and then change the sign, or keep, change, flip. Keep the first number, change the sign to multiplication and flip the second. It means the same thing. All right, we're going to continue now. So in this one, we have 4/7 divide 20/21. Okay? The very first thing we're going to do is rewrite 4/7. So that would equal 4/7. Change this to multiplication and flip the second number. Now you can cross simplify here, and that's what I'm going to do, because 7 goes into itself once and into 21 3 times. And 4 goes into itself once and into 20 5 times. Now when I multiply across, 1 times 3 is 3. Fraction bar, 1 times 5 is 5, and I have my final answer. Let's move on to the next one, fraction by a whole number. So slide this up. Here's our next box we're going to work on. And let's fill in the information in the blanks. First, write and I like to fill in a little more specific here, fraction bar, and the number 1 under the whole number. And then it says KFC. And if you would prefer, we could also say keep, change, flip, or KCF. Sorry. Multiply the fractions and then simplify and convert into a mixed number. All right, let's look at our practice example. Let's start with 5. Divide 10/11. Now I'm going to rewrite that with 5/1. Change this to multiplication and flip the second number. Now I can cross simplify the 5 and the 10, because 5 goes into itself once, goes into 10 2 times. When I multiply across, 11 times 1 is 11. 1 times 2 is 2. And then this is an improper fraction. I'm going to simplify it to a mixed number. 2 goes into 11 5 times with 1 left over. And so 5 1/2. Now the last portion of our notes today is on mixed numbers. Okay? So let's look at that. First, you have to convert those mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we put improper here in the first blank. Then KFC or KCF, whichever one works better for your memory. Multiply the fractions, then simplify. And or convert into a mixed number. Let's write down one of these problems now, okay? Let's try 2 2/5 divide 4 2/3. Before I do anything, I've got to change these to improper fractions, so I'm going to rewrite this problem, and I'll just write it under it here. So 2 times 5 plus 2. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12/5. Bring down my division. And then 4 times 3 plus 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14 thirds. Okay, now let's keep change flip. Rewrite 12 fifths, change to multiplication, flip the second number, and let's see, will anything cross simplify? The 5 and 3 won't, but the 12 and 14 will, because 2 goes into each. 2 goes into 12 6 times, and it goes into 14 7 times. Okay, let's multiply across now. 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 7 is 35. And that's actually your final answer. It's already simplified.